Hello, and welcome back to another episode of What You Missed News, the video game news show that recaps what happened this week in video game news that might be important to the video game industry and possibly to you, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are talking about some important stories, some very interesting stories, but first, I did want to make mention of something important. I know a lot of people out there play on consoles, and I understand that, that's perfectly fine. And a lot of people have Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus, and they get free games each month. That's really, really great. They're not necessarily free, you do pay for a subscription, and in exchange, you get those games. Well, on the PC side of things, there's a website called Humble Bundle. Now, you can sign up for something called Humble Monthly, and you'll get really awesome AAA games each month delivered to you at a fraction of the price. If you thought Steam was cheap, Humble Bundle is even cheaper. This month's bundle consists of Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, God Eater 2, and the aforementioned in a previous story, Mafia 3. A really, really great game. All of these games are awesome, and you get it at a fraction of the price. If you're interested in Humble and Humble Bundle, check into the link in the description below. I get a kickback because it's an affiliate link, but I'm not being paid to promote this from Humble. Also, you might be wondering why it's called Humble. Well, that's basically because every time you give and get video games, you're also giving to a charity. So, not only is it getting games extremely cheap at a fraction of the price, but you're also helping humanity out at the same time. With that, let's jump into the news. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the first story being women earn significantly less than men at Rockstar North, among other gaming companies. Now, this is a very clear hit piece that is trying to be done, because this is the headline: women earn significantly less money than men at Rockstar North among other companies. Notice they are targeting Rockstar North because a lot of people know Rockstar North and the sub picture is Grand Theft Auto 5. So this is eye-catching. Most casuals know about Grand Theft Auto, so of course they're going to click on it and say, oh my god, I can't believe the producers of Grand Theft Auto wouldn't pay their women properly. But if you go down and you read what Rockstar had to explain why, the explanation is basically that the differences in the reports are that the male and female employees are compensated fairly based upon merit without reference to gender, and their gender pay gap is driven primarily by the structure of their workforce, with longer tenured employees predominantly being male occupying most of the senior roles. So here's what it breaks down to. Basically what they're saying is that men have been working at Rockstar North longer, therefore they have received many raises in comparison to women who have been working at Rockstar North. So because they're in those positions, Rockstar can't just fire them in regards to promoting a woman instead. You can't do that. They have to do something wrong to be fired. And if they're good at their job, why would you fire them? So a lot of those positions are being held by men just due to the simple fact that men have been with the company a lot longer than the women have. That is what they emphasized here. So don't be drawn in, don't be clickbaited, and don't sit here and jump into the gender wage gap debate without first looking into the story and figuring out what's going on. Next, I have something lighter. Detective Pikachu's demo progress will carry over to the full game. So if you're not committed to buying Detective Pikachu quite yet, and you want to play the demo first, play the demo and don't worry about having to redo the demo portion of the game in the main game. When you do get it, it'll just carry over. So I think that's really, really good, and I think a lot of demos should end up doing that. I remember a while ago when you bought Xbox Live Arcade games, or sometimes PlayStation games, you could play the demo, and then the demo would be up, and it would ask you, would you like to buy the game? You can keep your progress. So I think that's a really, really great thing to do, and I would strongly suggest it for anyone looking to buy Detective Pikachu. Play the demo first. If you like it, then buy it. The WiiChallenge makes Mii Channel music a hot new dance trend. People are dancing to the Mii Channel music. You know, the shop channel music that would play in the background. The doot 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 doot. You know that music? Yeah, that music right there. People are dancing to it, and it basically started off with two guys who are dance cartographers who state that you can dance to anything, and they proved it by dancing to this music. So there you go. If you're interested in participating in that, hashtag WiiChallenge, dance to some ridiculous music, Mii Channel music, and have a good time. And post it on YouTube. You probably win $1 million, right? That's how those challenges work. Some PlayerUnknown Battle Grounds clones are actually being sued, which is this happens sometimes, and I think it would really come down to the judge's determination on whether or not you copied or stole anything. Anyways, what ended up happening is that there are games out there. For example, I believe Knives Out is one of the big ones. And the marketing campaign says, "The ways to my heart, buy me chicken, make me chicken, and be chicken," in reference to the chicken dinner. Now, a lot of people are alleging that some of these games, like Rules of Survival and Knives Out, are cutting things very, very close, citing that chicken dinner in the marketing, similarities in the buildings, similarities in the landscapes, vehicles, weapons, clothing, even the pre-play arena, and the shrinking gameplay area are the reasons why they're bringing them up, and in terms of a lawsuit. So a farmer uses Stardew Valley as an escape. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, farming is a very tedious and strenuous process. Farmers end up on their tractors. They have something called auto steering and GPS, which allows their tractor to do most of the work on their own. They don't have to sit there and do everything. But it's very, very slow, like less than 6 miles per hour. So you can imagine doing like 300 to 400 acres at less than 5 miles per hour. It would be very, very difficult to do. So this guy, he's decided to play his Nintendo Switch, and he plays Stardew Valley, but he's also played other games like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. He said he beat Breath of the Wild in his tractor. Seriously. Breath of the Wild. So that's pretty cool. I think the Nintendo Switch is opening up gateways to individuals to be able to play video games, whereas they never were able to do things like that before. Riot admits that it unnecessarily sexualized League of Legends Kai Sai. I'm sighing because I've already read up on this, and it's so ridiculous. Lead producer of Champions had stated about this. "Will be the first to admit Kai Sai's neckline didn't land well with players and made her look unnecessarily sexualized." Is this sexy to you? I have no idea how in the world a neckline can be considered sexualization. There is more to this story, but when I read that, it's just done. It's done. You are talking about neckline over sexualization. 2018, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not even going any further into that story. That's ridiculous. Nintendo Switch's eShop sales beat new releases this week. This is no surprise. There are some months in the year where good AAA game releases are not there. Indie game releases are not there. So a lot of people go to whatever's online, eShop, on demand, popular games, and they buy them. So there you go. If you want a list of some popular games that you could possibly buy for the Nintendo Switch, go ahead and check out that article. And finally, I wanted to end on this, ladies and gentlemen. A suspicious Switch listing appears for Spyro the Dragon Reignited trilogy, which over on Twitter, Nibble has tweeted this out. He said, "So this is apparently the official Nintendo UK store," and he credited at the White the 7. So I don't know. I guess maybe Spyro trilogy is coming to the Nintendo Switch. The Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy is coming to the Nintendo Switch, so why wouldn't the Spyro one? A lot of people always sit there and say, "Where's the Nintendo Switch version? Where's the Nintendo Switch version?" Because, you know, the Wii U was lacking third-party support so much that people are extremely worried that the Nintendo Switch is not going to be getting these games. But at the end of the day, I just think it's great that we're getting a Spyro the Dragon remaster, period. Whether it comes to the Nintendo Switch or not, I don't know. We'll have to see in the future. And yeah, that's about it for this episode of What You Missed News. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about some of these stories in the comments below. Do you think a neckline can cause a serious issue and problem in the sexualization of characters, or do you think it's all nonsense? Let me know your thoughts and opinions, and yeah, I guess I'll be your host signing out, ladies and gentlemen. Protomario, as always, I would appreciate it if you leave me a big thumbs up. Always click subscribe and that notification bell to know when I go live, and return here every morning to see possibly another episode of What You Missed News. Thanks for watching, and as always, good gaming, God bless, and I will see you guys in the next episode.